Hi, Ophiuchus Risings. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Pim Carrot 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have the rising sign and the zodiac sign of Ophiuchus, unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a 3 card spread of love, money, and you. And then we'll get a major arcana card, and then we will get a card from the End of the World as We Know It deck, created by me, that has the lunar phases and zodiac signs. Everything has been pre-shuffled. So let's go ahead and begin. I do hope that everyone is feeling well, and staying blessed. Let's get your first card for love for Ophiuchus Rising. First card for love for Ophiuchus Rising. Money card for Ophiuchus Rising. I already saw that. Right away I got greater perspective. U card for Ophiuchus Rising. U card for Ophiuchus Rising. Let's just do this here. Ooh, yeah. Look at that. I thought it was not reversed, but that's even better. Alright. And this came flying out, but I feel it's more connected to that energy there because I was just speaking on it. Let's get the U card for Ophiuchus Rising. Thank you, Spirit. U card for Ophiuchus Rising. And I will leave this here. Okay, and very interesting too. I just placed this the exact same way this is here, so that could be significant as far as what's underneath the deck here. So with the Hangman in reverse, this being greater perspective, receiving greater enlightenment. I also feel that this is no longer a stagnancy situation here if it was for you, with the Hangman also representing that in regular formation here. So with the reversal of the Hangman, very simple. I also see the Hangman reversed also as the typing here, the lettering being a part of what's at the crown here of this energy here. So this could be you, or this could be someone you're connected to, or I get a lot of it being someone you're connected to where you may have moved on. I also get to, and in the moving on, it helping someone to gain some greater knowledge and wisdom without you there. And then this energy reflecting and then seeing the truth where they may have projected something onto you, may not have shared, like I'm getting with the stagnancy, may not have shared feelings or something that was pertinent to a connection that you had. 12 energy will be here. This is 12th house energy of Pisces. Strong, beautiful, imaginative energy, dreamy energy. I'm getting spirituality also being very strong here too. And this being divine conduit energy here too. But significant message wanting to come through of higher perspective. I did pick that up before we turned the card over, so that will be significant for you. I am noticing, I keep looking at this part here, and I get like a burning up or like heartburn or something having to do with the chest area that may be affected, or something that may have been a catalyst here. The root chakra being significant as it starts here And the color for the root chakra is red, but I see this going all the way up to the throat here, where it almost looks like fire. So with that fire, I do get this being about a purification, possibly. Something that's taking place in order for this purification, and it just may not be as comfortable as this person would like it to be. I'm even getting like maybe surgery where there's a cutting open. This is also a stance of abundance. But I'm just getting that whatever someone went through something where I'm getting it being physical, and they may have felt maybe this is karma. Is this karma for sabotaging? Because that's what this Five of Swords is too, and I get this being connected to this person here too. And then even the colors of the fire are also like, it's like all the way down. Crown chakra energy is on the shoulders, so I get this also being about ego, where broad shoulders and standing would typically be about confidence, but I get that someone, instead of it being confidence, it being an inflated ego, and someone overusing and abusing their power. And then there being some kind of karmatic action as a result. And depending on the actual karma itself, it's going to apply individually because everyone is different as far as their journey. And so then with that karma energy, I'm also getting that someone may have felt or maybe feeling like they're stuck. Like if someone had made you to feel like everything that you were made to feel is coming back to this energy, where I see the hands behind here, maybe feeling like they're tied to a situation. Um, the rope could be significant. I'm just getting, like, okay, so let's say this was the intent here for a lot of you. And now this being the karma that's returning to whoever sent this energy towards you when it came to love and being in suspension, maybe putting you, and I get on a pedestal, but I also get Jesus and crucifixion, making one a sacrifice as a part of this stagnation or suspension or there being no movement in love. Heavily too, I'm getting that. Three energy being connected to divinity and Trinity energy also too. And then Empress energy I also pick up as well. So this just being major karma for major sacrifice. And it being with, and it may or may not have been intentional, but it was put out there and it was unfair, is also what I'm getting to. And then the Hangman is, not only is it in reverse, but it's also going backwards. So I also feel that this may be a message here for this particular individual about what it is that they've done, connected to the energy of this here and how they may have treated you. And now what they're getting back in return, and seeing this where they can't get away from it and not seeing it because it's right here in the crown. For them to be constantly reminded is also what I'm hearing too. But that backwards energy could be definitely connected to being stuck in the past or continuing to go backwards and go back to something or someone. Most likely it'll be someone, with this being in the love section. And then I just mentioned this and how this all tied in with the channel message I just picked up with that Hangman energy. 5 being transformative energy, so I do get that being some transformative energy that's taking place for this person here and dealing with you and mistreating you. With that 5 of Swords kind of representing everything I mentioned, actually it's going to show right here with the purple and pink energy that's right here at the shoulders that I just spoke on about the inflated ego. The purple energy would be more up here and in a healthy state. That's speaking to the third eye and the crown chakra. So I get this being like a disbursement of that, and that being a part of that ego energy, and how this person was surrounded completely. And the amount of that energy being here surrounding this person, I feel speaks to that. And then notice that the helmet energy is here, so this is like a block. It's no longer blocked here. So in the actions of doing whatever was done here as sabotage or doing what it takes to win at all costs, someone's now paying for what it is that they've done. Indecision will also be here too, where I got that not necessarily, for some, it not necessarily being negative intent, but because it was something that was put out there, where indecision is making a decision to not make a decision. So technically it would be intent. So learning lesson from this is also what I'm getting here too. And then this particular Five of Swords, I noticed that there's a hand on this blade here. So I'm also picking up with the intent, and then just going back to the message that came through here for whoever this is. The intent of wanting to, or not even wanting to, of harming you with the hand being up against that blade. I do get that being a sword of truth and just being, all up in their head, ego. I'm getting, what's that word? Invincible. But being bold enough to put one's hand against that blade. Maybe feeling that it wouldn't be cutting, that, I don't know. Like, wearing the sword as like a decoration. And that just kind of speaking to the ego too. But it being deflated. Because I even see here too the fire energy, the blend of the red, orange, and yellow also being a part of what's adorning this whole energy of the typing of the hangman that I picked up there too. This is very intense. Sword energy will be air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And then again, fives will be transformative energy. It can also be associated with sexual attraction. And then I also picked up Hierophant energy, and that's speaking to contract energy, commitment, loyalty, and it being not honored. 10 energy I do see here too, with the crossing of these swords, but I also get that being part of what is a part of the cross energy here too. Reaping what one has been sowing. Like maybe even throwing all these swords with negative intent and then coming back to pick them up only to throw them again. And this now being the position that they put themselves in, where they're now, in a position where they can have swords thrown at them. And maybe that's happening for this person here too. And where I got the surgery energy and this whole chest area energy. And it doesn't have to be physical. It could definitely be the actual air energy. Take what resonates. I just get this being strong karma. And I'm getting very, very vivid detail about this. So that may also be resonant for a lot of you too. And you actually receiving message. However that may be, about the karma associated with what has happened in your love life here. And I do feel with this overall energy here too, this being about things being rendered, as the death card is also going to be right after the hangman card here. So take what resonates. And then that 13 energy is going to be stability. I had picked up earlier this morning that the association with 13 is very 3D. And it has not so great of a reputation when it's actually a very powerful energy and a very powerful number. Especially with the 1 and 3 coming together to create the 4 of stability. And then it also being associated with 4th house energy, a very loving and beautiful, flowing, energetic water energy of Cancer. So debunking a lot of false perspective is also what I get here too, with that hangman being in reverse. And you just kind of being a way shower just by being who it is that you are. And this being a completely karmatic situation that needed to play itself out. So let's see what we have in your money, because I do see you being a powerhouse here of strength. 8 energy could be significant. I do get this being karma, good karmas that are coming in for you because you've been strong. Possibly given what it is that you've been dealt, not only in love, but also in money. And whatever may be related to your career or how it is that you have income and flow. It doesn't have to be a particular job, but just necessarily it could be your vibration, your whole aura, anything that's been affected that has been affecting your money. You being one who has come into great power, gaining your power back is also what I'm getting. And being very strong and being seen for this here too. I do get with the Scorpio energy and the 8th house energy, and there being a dismissal energy of Ophiuchus energy, that a lot of this 8 energy will also be Ophiuchus energy here too. And this just being the beautiful energy of collaboration when it comes to Scorpio energy and Sagittarius energy also too. And then I do see the contractual energy of what I got here with the 5 from the Hierophant being here with the Roman numeral 5, and then the 3 energy being right here from the 12. And so that karma energy that I just spoke on, that is very well related to love and money being confirmed with that energy here of the overall 8 in the Roman numeral, with the 3 energy, also Empress energy, but divinity and Trinity energy associated with this reversal hangman and greater perspective, you being the truth, and then being very powerful here. I'm also getting a force to be reckoned with. Leo energy will also be significant here too, but the energy of 8 will be very significant also. So take what resonates for that, and however that may be for you. But definitely that 8 is a formation of the infinity symbol, and so that's also where I'm getting strong karma and beautiful things now manifesting and taking place in your life as they should. So then we have the moon. And here, I'm not necessarily getting this being about secrets here. I do get this being about the actual moon energy. A lot of you may be connected to occult energy very strongly with your Ophiuchus energy, and I'm getting this may be connected to that. So however it is that you may be connected to finances and income, the moon energy is going to be strongly associated with this. This brings, I get a significant amount of happiness. I do get this also being associated with the strong spirituality and that occultism energy connected to you. I see also to a lot of you being center stage. And this just speaking to being more strong in your power and how it is that you're seen. Also seeing one's destiny. Being a great visionary, but also a great visualizer and a great manifester. Crescent energy may be significant for you. That does come after the new moon, and that's actually what it is that we're moving into, if not already, as we had a new moon a couple of days ago. And today is May 29th, 2025. And this is a very strong foundational energy here too. So I do get a lot of you just being very much in your power, being seen, recognized, and appreciated. And being larger than life here too. But strong occultism, moon energy, and an association with your finances is going to be significant here. And I was going to say successful here too. So a lot of you coming into great success. This also is a card right before the Sun card. So I am getting ecliptic energy, and then that just speaking to more of your power and how that stands and is represented here for you, but you being strong in this here too. Beautiful energy. The nines very definitely are going to be associated with strong spirituality here too. Feminine energy, and that also being a strong representation of Ophiuchus as well, will be a part of this here too, and what I picked up from the 8 energy, the 5 energy, and then the 3 energy overall, and this being in your money. And then we have the 8 of Swords. And I get this being about what it is that you do connected to others, where you help others who may be feeling stuck. So being center stage for almost like Superman. And I get this being part of that, or Superwoman. Take what take what resonates, but that's the general sense of like being like a superhero. And then helping others who come into prayer. So it's very much like what I picked up here with the crucifixion, being in godlike form. I did pick this up here. A lot of you being angels. This will show exactly what it is here. A lot of you being gorgeous angels who help others to come out of the energy of feeling stuck. That's it. Others who may feel bound. And I feel this is very similar to this energy here, but it being different because it's in the love. I get this being more about, like a lot of you may help other feminine energies. You may be strong, divine feminines who are helping others by going through what it is that you've gone through. To help others to come out of situations where they may have felt stuck or where they do feel stuck. And then they come into prayer, ask for assistance, and then voila, you're there and they're there on each other's paths, meeting up in the ways that you need to be able to help others come out of any kind of suspension. Because we have that non-suspension here connected to love. So I definitely get a lot of you being in that energy there. And then as I say that, I'm noticing the 8 with the 8 of Swords. And what's here? The 8. So applying the 8 here of strength to this energy here of the Swords. And so what I'm also getting to, the 17, the Star card, and Destined energy, Fated energy, that's also kind of like Superwoman energy too, and being a star. And I did pick this up here. This comes after, the Moon card comes after the Star card of 17. And that 17, 1 and 7 creates the 8. So I do get this being that Star card energy here too, and a lot of you being in your soul's purpose and doing what it is that you've been guided to do, helping others to come out of this 8 of Swords suspension state and to find healing also too. As I see 4 of Swords here, a lot of you have healed yourselves. I feel that that's part of the requirement is to, and I did mention that here, being mastery. When it comes to love being the foundation of this all here too. Because that crescent energy is strong foundation too. So going through healing yourself after going through your own situations and then being one who's able to move into the next phase, help others to come out of their own situations and to find the healing that they need. That's what I see here with the 4 of Swords here. And then the individuals that you're coming across here. And then the 4 of Swords here. So then, and this is beautiful here. So kudos to a lot of you here who are out here doing your thing and making it happen. as gorgeous angels here. World card in reverse. Now this is going to be about a completion of a cycle, but what I'm getting here is what it is that you bring to the table, what karmic cycles being completed. So with there being greater perspective, I do get there being a karmic cycle that is coming about here for some completion. But then I'm also getting to, like, Scorpio has strong energy of reversal energies sometimes. Whether, and it could be positive or negative, it just depends on the energy. But when it's very strong Scorpio energy, I do get that. And so I'm getting that here. But I did speak on your association with the 8 energy being very strong. And then we even have 3 energy here too. I feel this speaks to the sacrificial energy of what was here, connected to you, and what's no longer there, having dealt with you, and being along the journey here with you. And that's speaking to what it is that you've gone through as this hangman of a sacrifice. Because I get this being about a world card in a situation, a karmic cycle being completed successfully here. Being strong in Empress energy, and also someone who is very mistreated. With that 3 energy also being Empress energy, connected to a contract, and then everything that came through with the 3 energy. And we even have that here with the 8 that's here. It's here again. This 8 here and this 8 here, and then you have another 8. This is great prosperity here too. So a lot of you being completely fortunate and very rich and successful and wealthy. And I did say that successful wanted to pop through. Whether I wanted to say it or not, it did come out of my mouth. So I get this being very strong here for you. A lot of you being great spiritual leaders and teachers and helpers and healers. Completing major karmic cycles and being strong in your power to complete those. A karma bringer is also what I get here too. Gorgeous angels. Right here. So that's what I see. I just see this being that hangman energy. A lot of you may have been in across the board here, and then the you section just kind of speaking to that and what it is that you've experienced and what you've gone through. But with the world card energy being here, this is speaking to successful energy of cycles coming into completion here karmatically, and you having a new cycle beginning. Let's see what's under the deck here. Completion, 10 of Swords. And I get to, this may even be about the karma that's coming through here. Because of what it is that you've gone through. Like, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I'm not getting this as being you. And so what I see is all these swords here that I've noticed. Like, between here we have that 2 swords here coming from this energy here. You see 3 swords here, 2 swords there, 5 swords here. And that's what I was getting, where I mentioned, like, someone may be feeling like now all those swords are coming back at them. And so this, I just get this being, look at that, 8 of Rods. That's communication. But these are about the arrows of love. I'm not getting... Actually, that's what I see. Like, it's, and this is another 8. This is karmatic energy. Someone receiving what it is that they put out. What we put out is what we get back. And that's even, and I feel in return, it turns into greater prosperity because of what you've gone through. And those 8s being strong, representation of not only Scorpio, but of you too. And someone may have taken that and missed on that and just took you for, being like super regular. And you're far from that. And so I do get this being karmatic return. Where I was getting ready to say, when I had mentioned earlier that someone just may have been going back and picking up these swords and then throwing them at you. You being strong in your power, rising up, moving away from this also too. 8 energy is also going to be the 8 of Cups, and walking away from anything that's not emotionally fulfilling, and that can be very hurtful. But that 5 and 5, this is double what it is that someone put out. And so that's also why I'm getting this being possibly this energy here. And this also being a result for any energies that you're helping here to help them to get out of this, and what may be returning for whoever um, has contributed to this kind of energy here for the feminine energies that I feel a lot of you come to the aid of here. But in ending something, there's now this here, and it just going back to its owner. That's what I get. Because even from this 5 to this 10 here, you have 5 swords again. Everything that's been dealt is being returned. That's what I get. Let's see what's behind here. Yeah. This is the Empress energy. Return to sender. And that's been the energy. That was actually part of the energy of the last reading that I did. And it wasn't the bonus reading. It was the Scorpio reading, I believe. But this being the Empress energy, a lot of you being this energy, collaboration, 3 of Pentacles, and then the other 6 of Pentacles being of service and helping others, being strong in your power, strong, independent, beautiful feminine energy, moon energy will be that. 9 being the strong spiritual energy that I picked up for a lot of you, connected to the 18 with the 1 and 8 created to make the 9. That just shows what I have here. And then you may even be bird watchers, like you love the sky, because I see this bird also being in the view of that 9 of Pentacles. This is beautiful. Pentacles being great stability, super wealthy, having everything that it is that you need, sitting in richness. The Empress sits pretty. This is the Empress of the minor arcana. So it could just speak to youthful energy and how it is that, the beautiful state that you're in. I do see grapes, speaking to the fruits of your labor. And then there's a tree, free from that suspension. It's being communicated, or it could be that occultism energy. A lot of you also possibly being tarot readers, communicating. But I get this being the return to sender energy and sending it back to where it belongs, and it going accordingly to where it needs to. Helping others to do this here. Beautiful energy. And then just being beautifully strong in your power. The steps of being strong in the 8 energy and walking away, 8 of Cups. Being strong to walk away from what does not serve, and in doing so, it just elevated you and increased you into greater power, center stage, being seen, loved, appreciated. Strong spiritual leader, healer, and teacher. It took a lot for you to get where you are to be able to help others. And then it's showing what it is that you've gone through. Where someone I get to may not have wanted a completion of a cycle, but it's over. And I feel with this world card and the way it's being represented as like hangman mode of a world card reverse is speaking what you dealt with and what you won't any longer stand for. Let's get your major arcana. 10s are also about endings Very painful endings too with this Ten of Swords here. But that 8 energy being very, very strong. I did have a reading for Ophiuchus moon. I've done moon readings for quite a few years now and just recently got into rising videos, but I'm thinking of the reading I did for Ophiuchus moon. And I want to say it was titled Boom Like an 808. I'm not sure. But I am picking that up. And I feel that this is also about tower energy with the Ten of Swords and you being completely underestimated. And that being part of the greater perspective there for whomever. And then you also being seen as a complete powerhouse here too. Let's get your major arcana for Ophiuchus rising. That's too many. Let's see if we can get one card for Ophiuchus rising. Leap of faith. And then we have these stars reversed. And I'm getting energetically it being about the energy of what was here and something not being fulfilled, and why the 8 energy is so strong with the 8 of cups and walking away. And in walking away from what has not been serving, you're moving forward in a new cycle here with something not being fulfilled here for you. And so in this new cycle energy, this being completely new manifesting here with you knowing your worth and that prosperity energy of these 8s and everything that you've dealt with, transmuting that energy and making it work in your favor and creating new so that you can receive your wish. And I did mention that star card. With the reversal, I get you dealing with possibly, this lower vibrational energy, but also this kind of speaking to that and it's showing, just like I said here, what it is that you dealt with, connected to your wishes, dreams, goals, desires, your destiny. So you now being gifted and coming into your power here and creating this for yourself. A new cycle. This is after the world card. So with this showing up here, that speaks to that newness that's actually here for you. Whether someone wanted to try to keep you from that or not, you have it and it's here. After not receiving what it is that you should have in past cycles here, you now have newness to receive that in the upright. Having dealt with this reversal of your stars. Seeing your stars right here. It's even here. I picked that up. Seeing your destiny, visualizing and being a great visionary. You see some stars there. Little speckles there. And that is a part of the actual card. So that's beautiful. Seeing it, dreaming it, believing it, and achieving it. Right here, full card. New cycle. Beautiful, Ophiuchus risings. I love this. All right, so let's get your final card here for Ophiuchus rising. One card for Ophiuchus rising. Third eye is itching. Okay. So I am picking up for some of you. Someone may be feeling foolish. It's the underestimated. Someone, I just get there being an underestimation of you and someone being foolish in their decision and possibly not wanting to end something. But you may be communicating that you're done because your heart's been completely broken. I feel like I've said this, but for some reason, and maybe that's the energy of someone who's wanting to still hold on, trying to keep something alive when it's not. Final card for Ophiuchus Rising. You have a new cycle here. I don't feel that it's about the foolish energy. We're gonna retract that and see if because I feel like I'm speaking on this again. One card for Ophiuchus Rising. I would say with the 8 energy being very strong here too, and what I picked up very strongly with that 8 of Cups, continue to move on and move forward and do what's best for you. When you know that you are not being fulfilled emotionally. Alright, so we have this in reverse. This is balsamic energy. And I'm just getting this possibly being in a confirming no. This being right before the new moon. And we just, like I said, we had it a couple of days ago. So this could very well be about making a very definite decision. And in making that decision, it's been a catalyst for transformative energies to have greater awareness, being enlightened to more truths, you shining and shining bright, being great in your power, and increasing in this, and that just flowing into that energy from that balsamic phase, and then putting an ending to what has not been serving you, prepared and ready as that new moon energy came to be enlivened and to thrive off of that, and that's what you're doing. And so anything backwards, you're not going backwards, you're only moving forward. You're a gorgeous angel, and the angel work has been done. So I just get someone wanting to still hold on after they've already made a decision to not choose the gorgeous angel that they could have had they made the right decision when it came to that indecision. And so that's what I get here connected to this balsamic phase here and something being over. I even get it being resemblance to what is here. You can see the, oh my God. And even here, I mean, I know I got crescent energy here, and this is after the new moon. So I get this also being about the newer energy for you, with this being after the new moon, balsamic being right before the new moon. So what it is you've dealt with, you're now in this upright energy and you're strong. But this just being here to show, like I feel this is your representation here in the upright, but this is to show not only the strong association with your Ophiuchus energy, but also what's now over and what's done. So you see this here. But this is upright. This is very similar, even though this is balsamic, very similar to the description here that's in this card here. You moved on to visualize that newness of your stars and your destiny and what's meant for you if someone has decided to not make a decision on that when it came to you. So balsamic energy will be about compost, dormancy, dream time, prayer. Yeah, prayer is not being answered. Oh, I mean, they're being answered, but it took what you needed to do here to move away from what was not serving because it was in the way. So removing that out of your way so that you could receive the answers to your prayers. Like maybe, energies were sent as a part of answering your prayer, and instead of it being that answered prayer, energies choosing their free will and dishonoring that. And I did get that with the contract energy and the Hierophant energy. And it won't be reiterated. I feel that's also a part of, you moving on and moving forward too. Not being redundant, repetitive, and it being over. But the other keywords here are integrate, allowing, nourishing, dissolving, and aspiring. So no longer integrating and moving into the next phase. You have newness here, and it's already in process here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ophiuchus risings. Very good for a lot of you here too. Whoever this resonates for, congratulations with the newness that you've manifested, and continuing to be strong in your power and to grow into this here too. Making sure that endings stay endings, and that I just feel a lot of you may have repeated past cycles here too, and someone may have been used to that. But you making it known and very definite. Beautiful 8 energies here with karma being associated. That don't want to be hidden. Or it just doesn't want to be where it wanted to be. Um, but being superiorly independent and strong and increasing. Wonderful reading of Ophiuchus Risings. This was your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers. And until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. Peace.